Yo, what's up, guys? PGP Noble Snipe here, and today I got something a little different for you guys. I decided that I wanted to spice up the YouTube channel a little bit for getting 50 subscribers. Um, so what I decided to do is I started to do some storytelling videos, and I hope you enjoy. If you want to send them in, I'll tell you in a little bit after these two stories. These two stories are both by my good friend, Trauma's Blackhammer. I play with him a lot. He's a great teammate. He knows what he's doing, and he's been a close friend to me for a long time. And I'm thankful that he's a good friend to me. I'm thankful that I know him, and for that, I can't really thank him enough. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. I definitely spent a lot of time doing it. This story is probably one of the scariest, if not the most scariest, experience I've had with the paranormal. About 4 years ago, I had to go volunteer at a hospital where my grandmother works and is a manager at with my little sister. The first week I was there, my sister told me to follow her to one of the highest levels of the hospital that was shut down and was prohibited to go to. I didn't think anything of it, and just thought it was just a random floor that just wasn't used anymore, till she told me it was used to house the mentally insane. I asked her why we were going there in the first place. When we were told to not go to that floor for anything, she told me that she needed an extra wheelchair and wanted me to go with her to see if there was one on that floor. I started to get an uneasy feeling and told her that we should leave, but she insisted on looking for an extra wheelchair. We walked a good ways through the hall, looking in every room. We saw bloody, unidentified writings on the walls, and there was a really nasty smell. We walked a little further until I heard a sound from the right from about 10 feet away. My sister knocks on the wall, and about 10 seconds later, we hear a knock back. Except it was much louder and heavier. I then heard something like a growl and told my sister we should get the hell out of here. As we were running away, I looked back and saw this figure running behind us. It had sort of a human body, but its face was not human. Its face looked like it was split by a knife or something, I don't know, but it had serrated teeth. But the one thing that scared me the most was that it had no ears, no eyes, and it was running faster than any human could possibly run. I told her to run faster, and as soon as I got about 3 feet away, it disappeared. We got out of there, and never went back to the elevator to that floor. Since then, I refuse to go anywhere near a hospital, or anything, unless I was near death. So you know, I think that creature in the last story that I told you about is following me. This next story happened about 8 months ago, but it's not that long either, so the story starts with me and a friend hanging out, having fun, playing Call of Duty. And of course I was carrying my team every game because, you know, pro caliber Halo players destroy Call of Duty players with ease. Anyways, we played till 2:30 a.m. and my friend suggested we go outside and smoke some weed before bed. I took about 4 hits and called it a night. Unfortunately, my high lasted for only 20 minutes, so the excuse of being high is out of the question. For some reason, I was on alert, like my conscience was telling me something was wrong, and to not go to sleep. It was 3:15 when this started. I waited in the silence in the pitch-black room for 30 minutes until I started hearing footsteps in my room. There was no one else in my room, nor was there anyone else awake at the time, and the door was closed as well. So if anyone were to walk in, I would have seen them, and I also would have heard them. Then suddenly, my door swings open, and then I hear stomping coming my way. Keep in mind, I am awake while this is happening. So believe me when I say Not a single person opened the door and walked down. I then hear and feel something breathing on me right here. And then there was a loud tapping on the walls. Soon after, I heard incomprehensive whispering. Then, in a whispered growl, it whispered, "You're next," in my ear. And then the door slammed shut. And then I heard a sinister laugh at the end. I stayed up all night. I didn't get a single minute of sleep. Okay, so all I can say about this story is that I know what's been going on in his life when it comes to this stuff, because I know him on Xbox. I've heard some pretty creepy stuff going through his microphone when he's not in the same room as his Xbox. It gets pretty creepy. I've gotten updates. I've heard little girls giggling through his mic, but it gets all distorted, kind of 8-bit like. I've heard that there's been a shadowy figure walking through his hallways while everybody else is asleep or has their door shut in the middle of the night. And the most recent one was, me and him both heard this. He heard of something and no one else was home. So he grabbed his knife and he was walking around the house, and when he got to his little sister's room, the same one, I'm pretty sure it's the same one, inside the hospital, that was there with him inside the hospital when this all happened. But he heard talking. And it said, "What do you think you're doing?" Of course, him being, afraid, I don't blame him. I would have probably crapped myself in that situation. He said, "Yeah! Fudge that crap!" and just walked right out. And so, I don't blame him at all in that situation. I probably would have done the same thing. Now, this is the first episode to the newest series that I'm adding to my channel. You guys can send me your own stories via my Gmail. I'll be leaving that in the description below. And also I'll be adding some nice little updates for the channel. So, I'm also planning to soon as Rise of Iron drops, guys, stay tuned because I'm doing an entire Ingram opening video to see if I can get that Nemesis star, dude. I'm wanting that Nemesis star. When I get that Nemesis star, I haven't seen it. I'm told it looks really dope, and I'm trying to keep everything a secret to me because I want to go into the Rise of Iron like how I went into the actual first time I played Destiny. I was a complete noob, and I didn't know, I didn't know what an exotic was. That was hilarious. And I didn't know really how to play this game well, and I thought just me killing enemies in PvE, I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude, I'm so good at this game, oh my gosh!" But in reality, I'm better now than I ever was. And, it's just hard to explain. Rise of Iron I've been hyped for, and I quit this game for quite a long time after Taken King came out because I was just sick of the entire meta, and I'm still kind of am, but I can at least still sort of adapt to the meta. And yeah, that, you see that there? That death there? Yeah, that's my fault. I'm trash, okay? I'm not good, I'm trash, okay? Okay, I'm trash. Okay. Feel better now. So, I feel better. Yeah, so if you guys feel like adding in your guys's, or sending me your stories, then that would be pretty cool. Because I'm looking for more people. I took, this is from the heroic mission, this week, before the weekly reset, and, can't wait. Rise of Iron, I just have such a good feeling about it. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just they're adding back Thorn, and I love Thorn, okay? I'm not one of those kids that will use Thorn now, and I never really did in year 1 when it was overpowered. I used it when it was absolutely terrible, dude. It couldn't kill very well. you'd end up mostly getting post-mortems and all that. That's when I used it, and it was my favorite hand cannon. It was my first ever exotic, then getting Thunderlord directly after that in the Vault of Glass run. Well, it wasn't really my first ever exotic, that was my first ever exotic weapon. My first ever exotic was actually the Crest of Alpha Luki. Back when I started playing Destiny, this is how the light level system worked. If you had a chest piece, you could be level 30. If you had gauntlets, level 27. If you had a helmet, level 29. I think if you had boots, like, something like that, I'm not sure. But, yeah. That's really it. And I'm thankful for having you guys as subscribers and viewers, and I hope you will stay tuned through my videos, and I will see you guys